I mean, I say
We
that
could all
every time.
die.
What's the worst that could happen? It'll be
We
fine.
could all die.
I mean, wouldn't be the first time.
It wouldn't be the
Souls could be
worst.
devoured. That's
It would be
pretty
the
much
first
the
time.
worst that could happen.
It wouldn't be the first time for Knights of Silvermoon stream.
Yeah. You know, I don't think we've ever really had a character death. Like,
You killed your roommate, Aaron.
Man, we gotta spice that up.
I don't count that for whatever reason. What?
That's why they're
I
not
forgot
roommate.
about that.
Murder.
Oh, that's
Here.
in
He was
chat
my
for
roommate.
North.
Oh yeah, I forgot we were doing greet everybody. Here we go.
The national dance.
Ouch for North. Well, okay. To be fair, he was supposed to be a like guest character. Graham was supposed to be a guest character. He just wound up staying.
Exactly, Graham. Burn.
It just. Oh well, that was. I see what you did, Graham. That was more. There was so many levels to that one, considering the fact that. Anyway. Okay. Well. Welcome
To catch
to.
up on past Nights of Silvermoon, check
Yeah.
out the YouTube.
For real. You want to know who we're talking about? Good luck trying to find it in one of the YouTube videos. I'm not really sure where it exists, but it's in there somewhere.
It's been
But
like a year, maybe.
more than a year by a little bit, because last week I saw a notification on my Facebook that was like saying it was several episodes after that happened. So yeah, it was like a little over a year.
Oh yeah, because North was gone before the deep, long under the city
Underground
thing.
bit. Mm-hmm.
It's been
So
more than a year.
yeah, easily a month and
Time
a couple.
flies when you burn
When you're-
PCs alive.
I didn't listen. You make it sound like I made that choice. I did not tell him to do those things
That's
that
true.
led
He
to
went off by
his.
himself.
I was gonna say his incarceration, but his
I put fire
incineration.
in the
Incineration.
universe. It is
Yes.
not my
Aaron.
fault.
I mean,
that
Galil
the
also
people
literally
lit
had
other
all the
people
power
on
in the
flames.
universe.
Mortel, I don't know what you're. Burn alive? Hello? Listen, he was not alive when the fire happened.
He died before the fire.
He went. It's a long story. I won't get into it. Yeah, it was bad choices were made, and then bad choices in D&D usually end in interesting plot lines. Anyway, so here we are. Speaking of interesting plot lines, welcome to tonight's episode of Rescuers: The Call of Zool, where all of these players make really great choices at all times, and definitely will not be continuing to make that streak of making good choices tonight. Boy played with fire and wondered how he got burnt. Aaron, all around mean guy, bad roommate. That's me. Announcements wise, we have possibly the final episode tomorrow of Game of Santos. Maybe. I don't know. They're extending their timeline, so I don't know what's happening right now. It could be it tomorrow. It could be
The
it
players
next
have
week.
seized
I was
the
not
game
emotionally
from you.
prepared for that.
They are at their goal, and I don't know if it'll take a whole episode for them to accomplish it. So we'll see what happens if it takes more than one. Now that being said, granted, I don't have to worry about because Iskra and Graham here are the let's get stuff done people. It's the other ones who will be like, oh, let's milk this for all we got. Let's see how long it takes us to do. I think we need to go to the beach or something
Well,
ridiculous.
In Lord of the Rings, the hobbits reached Mordor, which was the end of their goal, several chapters before that book was over.
It's a good point. It is a good point. But yeah, I think we're just task oriented. Exactly, you are task oriented, and that's good, and I appreciate that. It's good. Like I agree. Bro, beautiful. So yeah, we'll see what happens tomorrow. So stay tuned for that, as I'm sure that means the next couple of weeks is going to be very, very interesting with whatever we got cooking. We have time to chew the scenery and the furniture.
And we're all out of furniture.
So it's just scenery. I don't think I have much more in the way of announcements yet, but there are some big stuff coming this way. So, ooh, what could that be? I don't know. Anyway, or get chewed by
legitimately
Savara Ara. Oh my God, I can't believe that that's what you started calling her. Poor Savara Ara. She's over there. I was gonna get her and show her, but it's fine. Okay. With that, we start tonight's episode of the Call of Zool. Welcome to Kalimshan, friends. A land of wealth, magic, wonder, and of course, plenty of danger. Last we left off on this lovely show we call The Rescuers. Our lovely protagonists, Martel, Sybil, Shaudir,
Whatever you want to call them.
whatever you want to.
Our lovely antagonists.
I was gonna say, I was like, no, they're lovely people. Have been
I'm lovely.
you are lovely. Have been exploring Kalimport, trying to find answers to some of the most important questions that they might have. Naja, where are my friends? What is happening in the city that I love so much? Shaudir, where is my mother? And what happened to all of my family? What are you talking about? I don't know why we're doing this, but here we are, doing the
All
things.
I'm carrying around is my technical stepdad who wants me dead.
Exactly. With a an oil lamp that surprisingly looks like a blaster. It's really wild.
Hands up.
Hands up.
More dangerous than the stats of the gun in the D&D handbook.
For real though.
There are the stats for firearms in the Dungeon Master rulebook for those who have not seen it. And this is more dangerous.
Somehow more dangerous. Don't ask me questions as to why, but that is where we are at with these things. All right. For Martel and Sybil, they go and imagine being a genie who lives in an oil lamp, and then someone comes and turns it into a bong. Oh, Vix, I love you. Martel and Sybil searching for the lost master Gaius Delwyn, a master among the Knights of the Weave, an order of monk-like individuals who are one with the balance of and circle of nature, yet also have a way to see and manipulate the weave of magic, a network of arcane power that weaves its way around the world and some could say could alter fate and destiny itself. Some could say. Only recently did they realize that Kalimport seems to be undergoing a secret. I was going to say overhaul, but that is not the right word.
Underhaul.
Underhaul. That it goes going through a secret change in the Undercity below its surface. A cult seems to be gaining power right under the noses of the Kalimport officials. One that could threaten all life here in Kalimport and who knows, maybe beyond. As they had a discussion with Naja's head of the family, a mysterious masked figure by the name of Rishi. And his
Mutual respect on all sides.
Yes, of course. A deal was brokered that would allow them a secret passage into the Undercity as long as there was no way for them to be, or no way for the family to be involved in whatever these individuals wound up finding or doing down there. As it seemed that this cult, while having had initially been on the good graces of the family, was starting to go back on some of their words of protection, or some of their promises of protection. Thus, trying to seek some last-minute preparation before delving into the Undercity, the party temporarily splits ways to prepare themselves for whatever might come. Martel and Sybil go into a meditative trance, each trying to have some sort of connection with to gain information. Martel is going to try and seek the the masters of his order, while Sybil is going to try and reach out to a mysterious contact that she has acquired here, or is becoming more familiar with. A sister, one of the members of the Sisterhood of Demos, Kestra. And Shaudir goes off to his room to maybe do some inquiring from realms beyond. I guess we'll have to find out more about that here in a moment. But first, I failed to grab the necessary binder. Okay. All right. First, we are going to start with Sybil. Dum dum dum. Unless you want me to wait, because I can wait. If you're in the middle of eating dinner, I can wait. Give you a couple minutes. Yeah, give you a couple minutes. Okay, how about we do that? You finish your food. That was it's like the waiter that goes to the table right whenever you take your first bite. Is everything good? And you're just like,
you mean every waiter?
Every time somehow.
Do that on purpose.
We don't.
We were told to do that on purpose.
Oh really? Oh, whenever I was a waiter, I always just found that the timing was impeccable and unintentional. But
Sybil,
that
you
is
got
hilarious.
inspiration for that.
I do.
Oh, you already have inspiration? Yeah. Okay. Well, we'll give it. Who
I've been hoarding it.
That's good. That's good. Who doesn't have
Give it to
inspiration?
Marcel.
Done.
Done?
I'll take it.
All right. Cool.
Thank you, Taco.
Yes.
Thank you, Taco.
Thanks, Taco. So in that case,
I like the fourth wall camera just zooming in on Sybil, and she's just like, not ready for the movie.
That's fine. You're quiet. Okay.
That's Sybil's version of the Bigfoot picture.
Alrighty. So then in that case, we are going to skip over to thanks for the hydrate, Iskra. we're gonna go ahead and skip over to Shaudir then.
Oh,
quick.
jeez.
And now let's just rip this band-aid off.
Yeah, let's get this going.
Let's see what we're gonna have to be dealing with.
This is the worst decision we've made all game, right here.
This.
Is it though?
Oh yeah.
Could be.
Maybe.
Maybe. All right. So, Shaudir, what are you doing?
What time of day is it again? Is this the start of the day or near the
I
end?
think it's like afternoon.
Yeah, it's
Midday.
afternoon. Yeah.
Good. So, worst case scenario is I simply go to bed and wait till tomorrow. That's not the worst case scenario. Shaudir probably shouldn't fucking even do this in his apartment. He's going to find Naja and ask, do you know a good
Nasha is actually not around.
He's gone. Well, then maybe. Honestly, my room's probably the safest part. It's like the safest place to do this. All right, that way if I go insane, I just slump to the floor and go to sleep.
Perfect.
So Shaudir is going to, as a ritual, cast Contact Other Plane.
Okay. So you go to your room.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
And he's going to reach out to the abyss and try and contact whomever Zool is.
Okay. All right.
They shouldn't be able to hurt me, so
Oh my goodness. All right.
when I
cool.
cast the spell, I make a DC 15 intelligence save. And I will use my inspiration on that because I'm not very smart. So here we go.
All right. Go ahead
What is that
and
one? An intelligence save?
Mhm.
So close. Ah, damn it. No. A 14 and a 13. I needed a 15.
Oh no.
No.
So on a failure, I take 66 psychic damage and am insane until I finish a long rest. I can't take actions, can't understand what other creatures say, can't read, can speak only gibberish, and it lasts until I long rest.
And what did we learn?
Nothing.
Oh well,
That's
hold on.
exactly right.
So take your damage.
One more dice.
Let's switch this up a little bit. Pretty amazing, honestly.
All right. 19 psychic damage.
19 psychic damage, you say. All right.
Damn, that I was so close on both rolls.
And that was with your inspiration.
Yeah, I don't
Okay.
have any modifier for my
Okay.
intelligence.
All right, cool. You, as you cast this spell, your brain has a little bit of that synaptic shock. You feel like the craziest little migraine. Falling, let's say that you kind of had already set yourself up. I would imagine you're not casting this spell standing up because
No.
the knowing the potentials here.
I've attempted to cast this before the game. And
Yeah.
there's a reason I have it saved as a ritual.
Exactly. The room starts to spin faster and faster as you get this overwhelming amount of dizziness as you kind of slump back into the sofa that you had kind of used as backing for you. And as you try and say words or call out, you feel like it's like when your your tongue is numb from too much well, anything. Your just tongue is numb. It feels thick in your mouth, and you can't seem to formulate words. But that brief moment of your spell going off to try and contact this deeper, darker place, it doesn't seem. Well, you know it didn't work. But there's something else to it. Something else in your mind? And then you hear it. A voice. Something, a stranger in your mind. You feel this chilling presence in the back of your head. Almost as if there's someone else there. And you think for a moment that it is your patron, but you can't hear him. Not like you could normally before. You don't know if this is part of the madness?
Me. Ah, a seeker finds their way to our threshold. A light adrift at sea. Tell me, curious one, what is your purpose? Are you lost or found?
I thought that I should be asking the questions. I'm. I assume I'm not lost. Why do you ask?
Are you sure? You seem disoriented.
Are you Zool? That's who I was trying to find.
What do you know of the name that passes your lips?
Very little. I was hoping to talk to whomever they are, find out a little bit. Oh, if you're not Zool, who am I speaking to?
We are connected, Zool and I. Zool is one half of a whole, an opener of potentialities. One obtuse, one direct, both powerful. And in trying to find your way to them, you've caught their eye.
Oh. Do you, if you're a part of them, then, can you tell me anything about them? Whose eye have I caught?
The eye of the Prince of Madness.
The voice in your head, Shaudir, echoes from everywhere, and it seems almost in the same way that your patron speaks to you, but this is so much deeper. It feels like it comes from your bones, almost like the vibration within your whole skeleton is causing this voice, and it is unnerving but welcoming, comforting and off-putting at the same time.
I should not have attempted this.
You have such a beautiful canvas, you know. But you do so little with it. If you'd like, I could teach you to use new colors. Vibrancy to pierce the dark. You won't get an opportunity like this most places.
I feel that I don't. Is this an offering from this prince who can see me now?
Hmm. We enjoy curiosities, the prince and I. And your light is strange indeed. Though I see another artist has claimed you. Unfortunate. I can't release you from your previous obligations, but there are ways.
I have a mutual goal with my artist, if that's what you mean. What are these colors you're talking about?
This roiling place you've tried to reach. There's a power in this void. Something greater than most mortals understand. But I see potential in you. You see, I'm something of a teacher, a mentor.
You tell me if I were to accept whatever, I don't even know what you've offered. It's what vibrancy is this?
It takes time
I
to
hardly
see
understand
beyond.
what you're talking about.
I would have to show you.
Your heart beats faster, Shaudir. The room is melting around you.
What would you need of me if I were to agree to this, which I've not yet?
I don't play games. Just a willingness. Although, that other artist makes things difficult. The horned ones, maybe. They're too cautious. But I see passion in your heart. I could instead point you to similar minds. They could help you.
I have a feeling we don't have much longer to talk. I don't know who you are. I appreciate the offer, but my goal is fairly straightforward, and I probably have no reason to interact with whatever goal you may have for me. So I
Are
don't
you
know
so
if
sure of that?
I simply seek information. I seek where someone is, and I apologize if I've transgressed on something. We can just move on from this. I don't need to know anything about this Prince of Darkness, madness, if...
But you already know one of the names. And now you've come
I
to see
heard
us, you
it.
see. You're underwater.
You look around the room, and while looks like it has begun to melt, there is one symbol that remains, and it is this strange etched line, and it is the only color that is left in this room. Everything else has faded to a black inkiness that swims around you. No, not swims. Writhes around you.
I'm interested in knowing more, but for now, I think this is not a great time to make deals. I would like to meet on more even ground and discuss this. I don't.
The room is spinning faster beneath you, and you cling to the floor as if you are going to be flung off into space. And then it settles. It stops, and you open your eyes, and you can see normally again. But that presence lingers for but a moment longer. If you look in campaign art right now, you'll see a picture of the symbol that you saw burned into your eyes. And then, just like that, presence is gone.
That was dumb.
And you try and speak again, and nothing's coming out. And you don't know if anything that you just experienced was real or part of the madness. And as your mind slowly drifts deeper into that dark place and you close your eyes and try and relax and fall asleep, you will, for the next 24 hours, be unable to speak anything of what just occurred. And you will wonder once you awake if it was just part of the dream.
Shaudir will crumble. He's been kind of in a crisscross sitting position. And he will just kind of slump and then crumble to the floor, completely prostrate.
Finally, you hear in your mind the voice of your mentor, your patron, but it sounds faded, as if it's hard to really tell what it's being said.
Shaudir? 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 What have you done?
You pass into a sleep. Ooh. All right. Well, you have unlocked one of the names.
Mission accomplished.
Yeah.
That was supposed to be a one-way call.
Indeed. It worked out way better than I expected, too.
The Abyss would like to know your location.
It's coming from inside the house. Oh my god, I love it.
We've dispatched an agent.
Yeah.
Thank you, horrible guest greeting. Lovely to see that terrible visage.
As soon as the blue light pops on, everyone's always like, oh, oh, that's what it is.
Who are you?
All right. So while
You're welcome for failing that roll.
That was beautiful.
It was meant to happen. I rolled the only 2 dice that are below that value. Just below that value, I mean.
Yep. All right. Now we move to another who is having a similar interesting time. Maybe not as interesting. Sybil.
God, I hope not.
Well, you never know. I mean, we could always go for 2 for 2. You had desired to reach out to Kestra once again to try and speak with her about the things that you have learned. And as you and Martel sitting side by side begin to meditate and reach out with your minds, looking to try and find some sort of contact, you feel that dark space of your meditation where the world kind of comes apart into the broken pieces of stained glass as they kind of rotate around you, and you feel the thread of the weave pulling them as they swirl around in this peaceful vision. And you find Kestra. Takes you a moment as you kind of expanded your senses outwards around you in the city. You find her mind, and for a moment you just find her mind. It's not like she's reaching out, but then eventually catching what you are intending. She seems to solidify in your mind from just a thought, from an essence of being, into a almost holographic like image of herself.
Knight? Knight? I sense you. What do you need?
Information regarding Dallin and a very serious problem.
How may I be of assistance to you?
I believe that there has been some sort of connection between our world and the Abyss.
Oh? Do you
There,
feel that touch of madness?
I've encountered, um, Martel describes it as a moss. It growing in our world, and it seems it's it's that feeling.
She seems to consider your words.
That is the way of Zul. I cannot show my presence yet, but I will try and assist you however I can. Be warned, though. Dealing with the Brotherhood could put you and everyone else in danger, in jeopardy. Have you found where they might be?
On several openings,
To the
and I know
Undercity.
that there's some to the Undercity, and I know that there are some people who have been more than in contact with whatever is inhabiting those areas.
Then this is more delicate than I've thought. I will ask for the assistance of more sisters, but they will not get here in time.
We need to use extra caution the situation's much more serious than what I believe we can consider it to be. It seems that whatever this is has consumed our master.
It is as I feared. It was not a prophecy as much as it was showing what has already transpired. I had hoped that we would be able to stop it from happening. See what you can find. Use what skills you have. I will try and stay close. But I cannot take on the Brotherhood alone. Try and find your master. But know that you may have to end his life. If he indeed is what the Brotherhood is seeking, I am afraid. I am afraid of what will happen if Zul gets a hold of him completely. I don't need to show you again what he has done to my sisters. Be wary of his power. The Brotherhood is dangerous. They will make promises. Anything. They will promise everything to gain whatever powers you have.
You can feel through that connection the sadness and intensity that she is feeling. Is there anything else you would like to ask?
That's completely off topic, and I don't feel like it's appropriate.
I mean, go for it. This is your chance.
Martel wants to know if you think he's cute.
That's perfect.
That's amazing. Amazing.
The people want to know.
Martel is dead. Martel is dead. That was that was
Proceed, buddy.
Why'd you mute your laugh?
oh my god. Brilliant. So check on Martel.
He's out.
He's out. No.
So what does she say?
Wait. Martel wants to know? Tell Martel. Zul will appear however he might to entice. He will be cute. And that is the most dangerous of all.
That wasn't an answer.
What are you talking about? Of course I was. Of course I was an answer.
He thinks I'm hot? Tell him Satan's gonna look like me.
Amazing.
Landers saying, they warned me the devil would look attractive.
Didn't realize it'd be like looking in a mirror.
Brilliant. Brilliant. You.
Don't you hang up this phone. I'm not done with you.
I have more to say. I'm going to say that at this point, you sense a disturbance from Martel. And it causes you to open your eyes, and you see Martel looking at you with wide eyes, and you almost wonder if Martel just heard what was going on in the other line. Because he looks very perturbed.
Martel was in the kitchen on the other phone.
Oh my gosh, so many wires and phone lines got crossed today. Amazing.
Kids these days would have no idea.
You what?
Yeah, that's a landline joke.
These days would have no
That is
idea.
aging
I
away.
know. Yeah. Yeah, for sure. A landline? What is that? You can pick up two phones and be on the same call without three-way calling? What? Oh my gosh. For real, though. Okay. Well. That was, so we'll say, in that time, Martel, you just finished having a not so great conversation with Delwyn. And you look over at Sybil, who's also looking at you like, So, do with that as you will.
So, good news, bad news. Good news, I reached one of the masters. Bad news. It was Delwyn, and he's evil. I wish there was something to make this a compliment sandwich, but there really isn't.
The facial journey, Sybil, was okay.
How did yours
Tried
go?
really hard not to laugh because I know this is very serious.
It's all right.
Okay. Well, so it seems like what I saw is true. Pestra said that it would, would be a possibility. We might have to kill him. We
Yeah.
could alert the other knights.
I think we need to be very careful about who we alert because the way he was talking about the weave and how he sees it now, I think we want to keep that very quiet.
Should we stop communicating this way?
No, we
Pestra the weave.
say again.
Has he infected the weave?
What do I think about that, Eric?
Hard to say at this point because his talking about having merged or become one with the weave is not terms that the knights ever use. So, in fact, that seems like something more that a mad arcane user would say, that they have become one with the arcane. That sounds more like along those lines. Knights have never used that kind of terminology because the weave is separate. They just manipulate it. So it seems like for sure his understanding of it seems infected by something. But whether he's infected the weave, you don't know, because that's kind of, that would require you to actually be present there. And the way he had appeared in your mind was not like you had sensed him close by. It was just he was suddenly there. So it almost makes sense, but doesn't.
Yeah. I think, honestly, I don't think we'll know until we really see him, but based on how the weave seems to be reacting to the others who are coming out of the Undercity, it seems to be trying to stay away from him as much as possible. He says he's become one with the weave, which I'm sure sounds just as crazy to you as it does to me. But if that's true, we take that at face value, and he's somehow the same as the rest of these people who the weave is avoiding. I don't know what that would mean.
Boy, this is something that we can explore.
Wait, say that again, because it didn't come all the way through.
Either way, this isn't something that we could ignore.
No. No, it is not. Let's try to reach the actual masters this time. See what they say.
Okay. So together, you try to meditate once again to reach out to whichever the masters might be within reach. While you guys are doing that, we are going to shift over a little bit and go to Naja. Naja, where are you right now?
I'm going home.
Okay.
Going to make sure that no one is in my room, and I'm going to open up the blinds.
You're good. You're good. You're good. Yeah. You're fine. The little nuggets. I love them.
Children. Naja's like, I will also contact someone.
I will also try and speak to Zool. Time
You
to
know,
break-
if we all cast contact other plane today, and we all fail, that's not really a day wasted.
No, for sure. It was
See, this is my justification. You see,
yeah.
my inability to use this spell is why. Oh, why haven't you just asked the planes where
So
the
far-
lodge is?
so
Because it
far-
makes me
Oh.
insane.
No, I think Kindred did use it once. I was gonna say I think every time someone has used this spell, it has not gone well. But I think Kindred did use this once before. I want to say he used it once before in something, and it actually worked. But this last time did not work for him. So you know what? It's just how that works. I'm like, well, maybe this is just not the spell that you need to use to try
I
and
did pass
contact.
on some free art classes.
Operators are standing by. Kindred used it to talk to the Githyanki. Yeah, I was gonna say it's right. I feel like he did use it once before. You're good, Naja. Don't worry about it. It's okay.
Yes.
I will say.
She said I was unique. That means I can trust her.
Mm-hmm. Let me get the right page here. Okay. Getting back to the safe house.
I shall
let me
be
search
right
the-
back. Proceed.
Proceed. Getting back to the safe house, as you go into your place, you see Gaith coming out of the well, not quite a commissary, not quite a kitchen, but from where the food is stored. And he's got a small cup of something that he is drinking as he sees you come in. Kind of raises an eyebrow at you and then does the little "what's up" nod.
Where did you disappear to?
What do you mean?
Fathom I hadn't seen you, and then all of a sudden you're back?
Oh, last night. He looks like he's thinking for a moment. And then he smiles. Distractions.
Inside check.
Inside check. He's a vampire.
Finally,
Finally, we found
we
our
cracked the
vampire.
case.
Yeah,
15.
15. Before he started, when he started talking, seemed normal. When you asked him the question, you got lost in thought. And then he went back to normal. He had that little smirk that he normally has. He's kind of one of those that plays off danger and good advice and just like, I'll be fine, that kind of person. And for a moment he seemed like lost, as if he was trying to remember something, and then just kind of played it off. But you saw that moment, he doesn't normally have those kind of moments very often. Distractions. He kind of smiles in the not snarky, but in the roguish kind of way that he gets. Where have you been? Shouldn't you be out picking pockets? I mean, taking tours.
I'm still getting paid. It's more than you can say.
I get paid. And he walks up, finishes his drink, and just kind of shimmies his shoulders and other things, and then just walks past you to his room.
I think normally I would come back with something snarky, but I'm gonna let it slide for this once.
He does the little smack of his tail, as he is also a tiefling, I believe. I think that's what I believe that's what was in the notes.
Yep.
Does a little smack of his tail to kind of flick your leg as he walked by, just playfully. A little whoosh. You go onto your room?
Mhm.
All right. What do you do once you are in your room? Describe your room for us. if you want.
It's pretty sparse. The safe house is nothing grand. I'm gonna say I keep the curtains drawn tightly during the day because it does get hot in Calimport. But for this, I'm going to open it up enough that there's one beam of light into the room, and I'm gonna go sit in that light.
Okay. What do you do once you're there?
I am going to reach out to my god.
Lately, you have felt something. Within the last year, a fire that burns within you. Sometimes those things tend to remind you of your particular origins, and you've often at first dismissed it as much. But not anymore. Now it burns within you still. A circular fire sometimes inhabits your dreams. And you're not exactly sure where it comes from. You have felt suffused with power at times, especially under moments of stress. The radiance of the sun, the brilliance of the moon. Two things that stand at opposite sides, but somehow together. And despite it all, with all of the dreams, with all of the feelings, sometimes you can't help but feel that burning call to that ring of fire. That pitiless black void that stands at its center. But you don't know what it means. You don't know where it comes from. But when you concentrate on it, when you think about it, yeah, it's familiar somehow.
I'm holding on to my holy symbol, this unfinished wood carving that I carve away one piece at a time until I know who it is I'm serving.
And it's one of those carvings that you don't even focus on. It's kind of like picking at your clothes or your fingers. You just kind of do it absent-mindedly in these moments of uncertainty. Especially lately with how the city has been going, you feel at a loss sometimes. And somehow this brings you clarity. At least a sense of purpose. And lately that feeling has been getting stronger. There is going to come a time soon when you will know what that call means. You know that with an almost certainty. But when? Don't know for sure.
I know that night when I first felt his presence.
Munchkins.
Now I love them. They go good on toast. A presence. Exactly. Exactly, Iskra.
It's Iskra. Iskra is also in Dreamy's house.
You know, you say that, but there was one time we were talking about scary ghosty things in Ravnica, and the dog opened the door, but we couldn't see the dog. So just behind her, we just see the door go open with nobody there.
That's frightening.
It was quite an amazing instance, and I will never forget it.
Can you imagine watching this and then just in Dreamy's doorway comes Iskra just
You know,
Let me paint your canvas.
Okay, Greg is not home.
no,
Greg
you're
is
good.
home.
You're
We're
good. You're good. You're good. You're good. It was great.
What were we saying?
If
Okay, I'll
instead
say-
of your kids, when you open the door, it's it's Iskra.
It's Iskra. Yes.
Would love that. Isker, I'll send you my address. You can be here in 9 hours. Yes. So ever since that night when I first felt this presence, I know I was given a second chance at life. I don't know why. I don't know what for. But from what you were saying, DM, I feel like I'm getting closer to understanding.
Mhm. And you feel the more that you whittle, the more that you feel that connection to second chances, the stronger that power grows. Sometimes you just need a second chance. Do you say anything while you are here in this beam of light?
I don't know who you are. I don't know if I will ever really know who you are, or if you will ever speak to me in more than the light. But I'm listening. There is more and more darkness in my city, and the light is more important. And I will carry it in whatever way I need to.
You say the words. Would you say that this is one of the first times that she has ever spoken to that
Probably
source?
the first she's spoken out loud to it.
Roll me a d20 and add your wisdom modifier.
A dirty 20.
Avec. Avec. The light burns. Darkness is coming. But everyone who bears the torch can push it back.
To use the first words that were repeated are celestial. You don't know how you know that, but they sound what you would imagine is divine somehow. And though the rest of the words I said, it is more of, to you, the words weren't words as much as feelings and concepts. You get that feeling that darkness is coming, but that everyone has that torch within them that can burn it back. So it's not so much that you heard those words, but you have those thoughts conveyed to you. The only words that you heard was avec, avec, avec. And it startles you because you had not heard a response to this before. You had not heard or thought of a presence, though you had an idea in mind that this might be it might be a deity of some sort. This was the first time that this was a confirmation of that. And that there was someone on the other side. What do you do?
I think I'm just going to sit and listen for another few minutes and absent-mindedly whittle away at the symbols some more.
Okay. You know you have until sundown was what the arrangement with Naeli is. And you have a location. You'll be meeting at the entry point in the dock ward.
I'll go back an hour or two before then to reconvene with my companions.
Okay. All right. As we switch over to oh yes, I know what we're gonna do. So Martel and Sybil, you guys were going to try and reach out to the other masters, yes?
Yep.
You were charged with this mission by Master Thalu, a elven woman amongst the knights. Amongst the knights. Yes, well, amongst the knights. My brain went Knights of Silvermoon. I've same word, different order. You reach her mind in the safe way that is customary for knights to communicate with each other, and it takes a lot of concentration as you guys are very far apart. But as you both have joined minds, as it were, the three of you stand in that center spot with the swirling glass pieces of the world around you as it goes around in a circle. Knight Sybil, Knight Martel, it is good to see and hear from you again. What news do you bring? Have you found Master Delwyn?
Then we have unfortunate news.
You feel her grow somber. What is this news?
Master Delwyn appears to have fallen in with some sort of cult, and he has betrayed principles of the order.
You feel her surprised, saddened, heartbroken. Are you certain of this?
I spoke with him just a few minutes ago.
In person?
No, I was trying to reach you, actually, but he intercepted me.
One moment. You see her mind fade for a minute. She seems to concentrate elsewhere. And then it returns. And with it, you feel the connection of another mind, as if she is kind of sharing her thoughts with someone. That is extremely sad, Dinlin. You are in the best position to attend to this matter. Most of the knights have been recalled to the city of Adet. They are either on their way or have already arrived. You three are the furthest away from us now. One of the druids here in the city knows a way to reach Kalimport and was able to, or will be able to, bring you back to the city of Atet once you had found Master Delwyn. But you say he has broken the tenets of the knighthood. How badly is he gone?
He
That he has been consumed by um and being called soul. We have been in contact with the sisters from the Abyss, and this seems to be connected. We should be careful while we communicate, use the weave, and work through the weave.
If he is indeed truly compromised, and is in a position that can compromise us and what we are doing and working for, I am afraid of what I must ask of you. You must find him. You must be absolutely certain that there is no way of bringing him back. Do you believe you have the strength for this?
Everything within our power.
will do what we have to do.
Have you found allies there? Good.
Not
The weave works in mysterious yet sometimes predictable ways. We are glad that you are not alone. But you work well together and use what resources you have available. We are approaching a very serious time. The future, the way the weave moves, it is becoming harder to see. Even the masters do not know what lies in the future for us. There is a time of great turbulence coming. Use all of your wits. That might be all we have for a while. whatever happens, try and keep me appraised of the situation. We will send for you once you are ready. I'm sorry, my knights. I had hoped for better news. As the weave wills.
As the weave wills.
There's a moment where she seems to linger. And then she vanishes. Leaving you both in your room.
Fun.
You know, it's funny. We played a little game earlier when you weren't there. 2 truths and a lie. And I said, I'm here to kill Master Delwyn. That was my lie.
No.
Suppose we should prepare.
Here we tell our companions.
Yes. Tell your companions who are doing quite well right now.
I'm having a great time.
I am resting.
All right. Well.
This is the least sucky of the situation.
Oh, Aaron, I did mean to ask, is my symbol taking any particular shape yet, or is it still kind of blobby?
It is triangularly blobby with a
It's
little
a Rorschach test. What do you think it is?
With a couple of furrows on the inside, like there's a symbol inside of a triangular shape. Yo! All right, so y'all, as Martel and Sybil get up to go check on their friend Shaudir, who is just down the hall, who's definitely not drooling into a pillow right now. No.
No, just on the floor.
Naja, as you are, I guess you're still at your place, or you said no. You said you were gonna go back.
Yeah, I was
right?
gonna head
You're-
back a few hours early. Yeah.
Okay. So as you prepare to head back, we are gonna go to break there. We'll go a couple minutes early. We'll take a quick little tenor, grab some water before we jump into the next section. Once again, thank you to our lovely Iskradanic for popping in and reprising her role as mysterious lady in blue.
As Satan.
Excuse me, her name is Strawberry. Okay.
Strawberry.
You have to watch the full KCU to get it.
Yeah, right. Yeah, it's all like I think I saw somewhere so much connective tissue running between series right now. Yes, there is.
Yeah, Iskra picked up on a few key lines during Naja's scene. Iskra
Yeah,
knows.
a presence. It's always sunny in Kalimport.
I
love it.
that. It's always sunny.
That was
the
great.
gang makes a series of phone calls.
Double vampire. Oh my god, that's amazing. Miranda Priestley. All right, cool. All right, what a line. All right, so we
Just lie roll, and you're like, "Who the hell are you?"
yeah. Alrighty, guys, don't go anywhere. We'll be right back, and we'll see what more little creepy and fun things we can conjure up tonight. we're back. We are back. We are back. And here we are. So, last week, who's getting painted?
What do you like to know?
Who is
Yeah.
getting painted?
That's between us and the painter.
Oh my!
Yeah. What a painter. What a painter. What a canvas. It's all amazing. Art references. Yeah. All right. So, last we left off, Martel and Sybil have received some disheartening confirmation from their masters. Naja has made a curious connection with a higher power, and Shaldir has made contact with his crazy side.
With the lower power.
Maybe. Was there a connection made? Was it all part of the madness that is now overtaking him? Is he just plain crazy? Crazy Pants. Is he Mr. Crazy Pants now? Maybe. Find out now! The rescue, it's called Azul. All right. That was my intro. We're back music. Now I can switch it. Yeah.
We join our heroes at the end.
Yeah, exactly.
One of them lies drooling on the floor.
Which I guess to that extent, Martel, Sybil, what are you guys doing?
Can I reach out with this the weave to find Shoudir drooling in his room?
I mean, you know that he's in his room, so if you wish to try and use that, then yes.
I would like to bridge my or my character and player knowledge with the Force.
Meanwhile, it's the Legion of Doom. It's funny, Iskra, I heard exactly how you said that. Okay. Reaching through with the weave, trying to make contact with Shadir, you feel his presence. Feel his presence. You know where he's at. You can feel where his mind is, where the weave pulls and moves through him. But there's... Goddamn you guys. Over here, I'm all like... Over here in the Zoom call, there's a busy signal. There's the static. It's like whenever you would pick up the phone back in the day when we had dial up, you lift up the phone. You lift up that phone, you're all that kind of stuff. Yeah, all of that. Oh, hello. Good to see you, Bards.
Hello, Bards.
There's something off about Shaudir.
And he's insane.
You feel that connection of the weave through him, but there is not a Shaudir presence like you would normally feel. And Shaudir. He has a peculiar mind. But this is more of a lack of.
Sybil, do you remember what Shaudir said he was going to be doing today?
He did say that he may or may not be available.
Huh. I think he got really, really drunk. Or something.
Mm-hmm.
I do have sort of not out of game question, but not
Yeah.
something that I would necessarily know.
Yeah.
Would this affect his patron?
Would what?
Would this affect his patron?
I still didn't understand what you said.
Would this affect
Would
my
it affect
Oh.
the patron? Yeah.
Oh, there you go. Sorry. Got it. Yeah, got it. You don't know? The easiest way is of like you could probably go and check it out. But how patrons work with their warlocks is probably not especially in this kind of situation. Who knows?
That was just random curiosity. Not
Mhm.
gonna find out, but
We might.
Can I ask to come back about this point?
Sure. Would you go to their door or to Shaudir's door?
I'll go to theirs first.
Here, knock
We're
on the
not
door.
home.
Gruff, it's me.
Oh, okay. I let her in.
Oh,
damn it,
my-
Marcel.
Beautiful.
Where's Shaldir?
He's indisposed.
In what way?
I don't know. He's in his room and he's made himself very stupid, I guess.
Oh,
I'm gonna go knock on Shaldir's door.
no. No response.
I'll be back. I'm going to get a spare key.
Okay.
Kinda laughter. Don't try too hard. It's a little worse than normal.
He's made himself stupid.
I'm dead.
Not technically incorrect.
You go over to Albari. Hey.
I need a key for Shaldir's room. I think he's done something stupid.
Cost me money, stupid, or
Cost him brain cells stupid?
and you want the key?
I'm in charge of him for now. He's already paid me.
Are you going to try and see what he has on him? Huh?
It depends on what kind of stupid he's done.
Fair enough. Here.
He hands you a little trinket that kind of uses. It's almost like a cube of Play-Doh, and it kind of fits into the stone keyhole and like molds itself into the appropriate shape, so that you're able to unlock it. And the door clicks open.
Pick up,
And you-
smack him a little bit.
So Shaudir is on the ground.
Shaldir, did you leave your lamp out any? Or is it still tucked away?
It's probably on his person.
Okay, so still tucked
Yeah,
in.
we'll say it's like there on his side. You can. I'm like he's just kind of if he's just like laying back.
Hmm.
There's definitely a sizable amount of drool that is hanging from his mouth.
Well, he's prostrate on the floor.
I'm gonna
okay.
try to smack him back too. See if that works.
Martel and Sybil, do you come to investigate with Naja?
Yeah, I went.
All right.
Absolutely.
So then you both, all three, find him on the ground, not moving.
What do you think he did? I might want to try some of that after this.
Do you see that off to the side is his spell book that's kind of still. It looks like he had it in his hands before he had fallen over.
and we get a better look at it now that he's not trying to conceal, like not touching it, but still, I'll look at it better.
Sure. Make a perception check.
Ooh.
Oh. Oh.
12, you said? It's curious. There's on one side, it has arcane runes put on it just like a spell normally would. On the other side, a fresh scrawling. The ink still almost wet. A single syllable. A single symbol. Ugh. A single symbol on the page. You immediately avert your eyes. You have seen and heard the sisters tell of the symbol. And it is one that is with too much contemplation can apparently drive one mad. But you see the little bit of a scrawling there. Shaudir, as much as I am loving your dedication to this, I sent you something that I need you to answer real quick.
Absolutely. In chat, Discord, which
Discord. He's everywhere now.
well, I think that's up to you.
Okay.
He is not in my lamp.
Okay.
Due to our agreement, I can't make use of stuff. But
yeah. Cool. And
Absolutely.
Sonder, to answer your question, he kindreded himself. So we're gonna say that now. Looking at the book, for the brief second, you see the book close on its own, and a reddish smoke kind of starts to rise around the pages on the ground. And from it, a voice.
You best not defile. I am watching.
Do we all hear this?
Leave me alone. I'll leave you alone.
What happened to him?
I was hoping you would tell us.
Petulant fool. I told him you would bring trouble.
Definitely didn't pick the brightest one.
You think I had a choice? Blasted circumstance.
The smoke kind of seems to dissipate around the book a little bit and recede.
What kind of Jin is he?
You haven't seen him. But it has been clear that he is not the friendliest.
You can't make a
Graham.
chat.
Graham is on another level. All right.
Always.
The irritated kind of Jin, exactly. Beautiful.
Can you
Iskra.
not bring him back? We're supposed to be somewhere in a few hours.
You mind
we gotta
not being
go.
insane? We have a schedule.
Are you speaking to the book?
Hmm.
If I could, I would have.
The voice comes through clearer. And with your high your high passive that you have, you notice that in the mirror in the room, it looks like there is a person who is standing in the center of the room who is not actually there. A vampire! I'm just kidding. But you do see a reflection in the mirror. It's like a reverse vampire. Actually, let me see here. I feel like we have gone through this before. I want to say I have visual representation. Yeah. I know you shared it. Or you shared with me an image.
It was in my Pinterest. Let me see if I can find it elsewhere.
But needless to say, a very intimidating looking figure. While we look for this, I know I have it somewhere. A very intimidating looking figure appears. And I guess Shadir, if you want to describe him for us in the meantime.
Absolutely. A large humanoid figure, very masculine, with blazing yellow eyes and a base. You don't see this really, but there's an essence of sand-ish magic swirling about him. I'm looking for my Pinterest in the meantime, but
All right, I found it. If it's the one that I think it is,
You found it?
Yeah. Are we? Yes. Open image. Save. And then I'm gonna post it in the Discord. If I can find my Discord, there it is. There you
there
go.
he is.
Nice.
Yeah, symbols all across his skin, very loose, vestment-like clothing, and just like bracers and very done-up facial hair and entwined regular hair.
And what can we call you?
My name is not important. His voice sounds even clearer now. Would
I know enough to connect that, like, him and the lamp?
Probably. What is important is that he return to some semblance of functional. Can you do something about this or not?
Give me a moment to think. Would I know if Vance in the Crypt Ward is a cleric?
Yeah. I would say your best bets for seeking a cleric would either be Vanth over in the Crypt Ward,
Crypt Ward? Mm-hmm.
or Nubis.
What word is
Oh,
Nubis in? Face
In
word.
the faith sword.
Which is closer?
Possibly even Hathor.
That seems dangerous when he's in this state.
You see,
What would be closer to get to, the Faith Sword or the Crypt Ward? They're both pretty far away.
I was gonna say as this is happening, I would say that you see that Shaudir kind of comes to, but his eyes are just kind of like rolling around. It's like he's awake, but he's kind of dreaming. It's kind of like that kind of eye rolling back and forth, and then he like looks at all of you, and his eyes kind of widen, but there's no recognition. It's just like for Shaudir, you're seeing like 3 Play-Doh'd versions of these people that then shift and morph into like liquid clear water, and it's just like everything is, I was gonna say LSD dream, fever dream kind of like thing. Of the magic users, Crypt Ward would be closer than Faith's Ward. The Wizard Ward would be the closest.
My 2 friends. I might have a few options. I know a couple of priests. And then Hathor, who you've met, might be able to help.
Sort of look at Shaudir, and then back at you. And back at Shaudir.
Childer starts saying, mumbling, like murmuring to himself.
You can get
Probably not Hathor.
Can I insight you and you say probably not Hathor?
Go for it.
That's a
Insane bumble,
natural
insane
one.
You say a natural 1?
Uh-huh.
Perfect. Yeah. He said that completely fine.
There are worse things to bust on.
Yeah. You're just like, yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah.
Probably not Hathor.
All right, then we'll take him to the Crypt Ward.
Oh, they're not going to come here? All right.
I mean, I would have to go get them, but they
Alright.
do not. They do not like to leave the crypts.
Well, who wants to carry him?
Wanna grab a seat?
Yeah, but it's
Let me check.
What are you checking for?
See if I got anything useful.
Oh, okay.
I've got a bag of holding, but we can't stuff him into that.
I mean, you could for like 10 minutes and piece by piece.
Has anyone got a hat?
Abari probably has a hat.
Huh?
I'll get one from Abari. We'll,
All right.
we'll play him off
Good.
as he's
he's
either drunk or he's got sun sickness or a little bit of both. He's new to
Okay,
the
no.
city.
Sunglasses?
¿Por qué no los dos?
What'd you say, Sybil?
We need sunglasses?
Do you have any? Weekend at Chowder's.
Oh no, are we bringing in Thebans into this campaign? I don't want to bring in
Yes.
Thebans into this campaign.
No, they've got a different name here. They're a different style.
Oh, okay.
They bands haven't made their way down here yet.
Yeah. What are the
I
big
don't know any
the,
other
what are the
that-
big glasses that everybody wears?
Like aviators?
Aviators, yeah. So Thaviators. Yeah. and then calamators, but that's no. Anyway, so
We'll bring him downstairs.
we'll just say, yeah, you get a disguise together, easy enough. Arjun has the aviators, yeah. A disguise is made. Albari gives you a little bit of a look. Oh my god. Yes. He does his hat choice that Arjun that Albari has is probably not the most practical, but
It's weird things that tourists have left.
yeah, exactly. Lost and found, you have all sorts of things. So we'll say that
I'll just look at Albari and go, I told you he's done something stupid. This will
Perfect.
be an extra fee. Don't worry.
you just see Albari just kind of go, okay. All right. And you start to navigate your way through the city. Yeah, Martel. That
Oh my gosh.
or my aviators while I drive my Callan Porsche. It's pretty great. All right, so you start to navigate the city of Kalimport. Now, God damn you guys are incredible. I love you. All right, navigating through the city, you make your way to the crypt ward, right? Is where you're going?
Yep, we will make our way. Well, I didn't pick up on why they were weird about Hathor,
No.
so I might still go through the wizard ward
Sure.
and then through the maker's ward and up to the crypt ward.
Okay.
Again, avoiding the blue spot in the wizard ward, since a straight line would take us through there.
Alrighty. For sure. Moving through Kalimport. People are. Oh my god. I just looked over. Well done, Shaudir. Well done. I love you. I love you. Amazing. Jim. Navigating through the city, there is once again another feeling of expectation. There's like an energy that everybody, like Naja, you feel it. Martel and Sybil, you feel it. There is an eagerness, almost a hunger in the pit of your stomach. It's strange. It's a strange feeling. But you move through the city, navigating away from the dark places, and make your way through the wizard ward. Martel and Sybil, you recognize the area you were walking through. Do you stop at Hathor's, Nasha? Or try to stop at Hathor's? Or just kind of go by the place?
We'll just go by. I'm beginning to trust my companions a little bit.
Going by Hathor's, as you walk by, you see this area is busy. And there are people, there's like, we'll say 3 or 4 people who just left Hathor's as you were going by. And you continue to help Shaudir walk. Sharing the...
I'm legit drooling. I did.
Well,
Wow.
again, people in Kalimport have seen those who are both have the sun sickness and are day drunk. So we'll try to lay it up like he's somewhere in between.
Sure. You get to to God damn it, Martel, I freaking hate you. Okay. We're not going to share it with the class. You know, you can't just put that over here in this chat for me to see a quarter
Aaron, you've
mile.
got to stop watching.
I'm really good at it normally, but today, for whatever reason, I just happen to look just as it pops up. Anyway, moving over, you continue on to the crypt ward. For you who are entering the crypt ward, it is strange to be around so many gravestones in the middle of a city. Most often than not, crypts and graveyards are at the outskirts. But this place seems to be at the very inside enough of the city that it is, you see how large and expansive of a place this is. Not only that, there's actually, you know, for it being a graveyard, there's a fair amount of people that are just walking through it as if it's any other part of the city, as they are making their way to different parts. There are a few temples, or like small temple shrines. I guess shrine is more of the term. Shrine-like structures to various deities from across the realms that not necessarily worship death, but are there to help guide people. But you see one building that kind of sits in the middle of this space. Two buildings that rise a little taller than the rest. This is, for Naja, this is, where Vanth normally spends his time. A caretaker of the lost. Did you go and seek him out?
Mm-hmm. I will warn you, Vance can be a bit odd at times. He spends most of his time with the dead.
Can't be much odder than anyone else we've met.
You see steps that rise up into the higher parts of the shrine, and Naja leads you around the underside of the steps that lead down. The passageway down the steps is well lit, torchlight, and it has the air of reagents probably used in caring for those who have passed. You reach the stairs, go down, and then they take a right and they go down a little further, and at the end of that staircase you see dangling beaded curtain kind of situation, but it's like shell and bits of bone, and you pass through it. You hear the noise that it makes. From inside, you see there are various little jars that are set up on the walls. Different little caps to them of different animals, and some have like really blank featured faces on them. And in the very center, there is a large slab that almost looks like a sarcophagus that's placed in the middle of this building, or the middle of this room. And on the other side of it, his back turned towards you, is a figure with his head like down and shoulders up. And you see the head turn a little bit. This individual dressed in black linens with like a few golden looking chains hanging around him with various symbols of different deities. A hobgoblin man, looks to be probably in his later years. The hair hangs down around his face, white haired, and his really pink skin just kind of in almost comedic sense, he looks like he's dressed like some sort of dark priest, but then that got really sunburned because of how pink-faced he is with his just scraggly white hair. So it almost looks like a pink version of the beach bums, the people who have retired on the beach and have spent way too long there, so they become like this deep shade of red brown. It's almost like that, but a brighter pink, and the hair just falls around his face.
Oh, who walks here?
Hello, Vance.
Naja. Am I supposed to bury that one?
He grabs a cup and like takes a sip.
No, you're actually hoping you can help us revive him a little bit.
Revive?
He's gone into something stupid.
Ooh. Who in Kalimport has not done something stupid now and then? Are you sure? I have somewhere we can put him away. Won't be disturbed. Never found again.
Not this time, though I think the way the tides are flowing, you might have more on your hands sooner rather than later.
Oh, did you hear that? We're going to be busy. What do you know? Tell me. Come.
Just a feeling.
I like feelings. So,
He moves close. He's like walks very slowly, and on almost.
I want to say, like, at this point, like, Sybil and Martell are, like, holding Shouty up in between.
place him down. Lay him down. It's fine.
You put him on the slab for the sarcophagus. Yeah. He goes up and over him and just kind of like.
No. Really? No.
Like looks and leans down and just kind of like gets within like an inch of Shaudir's face, just like staring down at him. His little white hair even dragging out Shaudir's face a little bit as he like pulls back.
So, what's in this for Vance?
All the ones we will have to bring to you will bring to you first. And like I said, I'm worried that it will be many more sooner rather than later.
You should not feel so bad. Death is a part of a circle sometimes. A necessary part of life. Yes, I know. So, you want me to fix him up some?
If you can. Can you and your friends do that kind of magic, or should we take him to the Faith Sword?
Nubis. Old hag. Wish she was as talented as she does. I don't think so. No. Allow me some time. I will see to him. One moment.
And he goes and scurries off to the side. Starts like going through his couple of jars, trying to find something. You hear him like open lids, smell.
No, not this one. No, I know where I left it. Stop bustering me. No, I don't really know. But I'm not going to tell her that.
And then starts like shifting and moving more things around. Martel,
Hello.
Sybil, roll perception checks for me.
Perception.
Yeah. 22 for Martel. What'd you say, Sybil? 20? Nice. It's almost not quite out of habit now, but something that you are starting to learn to pick up on. The weave moves strangely around this one. It circles him like a tempest, but does not pass through him. This is exactly how Hathor feels. And the men in the library. He turns around, and for a minute you're like, it's like that quick realization, and then the both of you kind of look at each other, and he turns around, his attention back to you all once again.
I found it. Exactly the ointment I need. I have not performed this sort of ritual in a long time. It's very expensive. Do you have what I need?
How
I
much
want to.
would I know to like start off with?
We're not. He's not being specific.
When I know like a range that maybe in the past we've paid him for different things.
Yeah, you've paid him for services, depending on what it is. But you know that whatever it is, they usually pay him in gold, and he comes up with whatever he needs.
Mm-hmm. How much do you need, Vance?
How much do you have? Let me put it this way.
He puts the jar next to Shaudir's head and places a hand, this long clawed hand on Shaudir's chest, and another one on the other end. So he's like basically leaning over his body towards you, but in a very like bird of prey holding, its kill away from another predator.
How much is he worth? Hmm?
I will give him 100 gold.
You set it down on the table.
Fine.
Digs around in his robe and pulls out a diamond. He dips it into the ointment. It's like this greenish little liquid, and he just goes thick and sticks it onto Shaudir's forehead. You just kind of see a little plop of green. It just kind of starts to ooze down one side a little bit. He starts to mutter to himself.
Now shut up.
Goes back to muttering to himself again.
Yes, I know I said that right.
And he goes back to muttering to himself. And he casts Greater Restoration on Shaudir. You, Shaudir, have been going through the weirdest trip you have ever been in. You can constantly hear your patron's voice in your ears, but the whole time it sounds muffled, like you can't get through. You hear the voices of everybody else, but they're talking in another room through a closed door that has like maybe mattresses on one side of it. Like it's so muffled and everything, all the noises around you sound like it's happening to somebody else that you are hearing through a secondary layer. And then you feel this cold, like menthol-y feeling on your forehead where it just kind of feels cold. And those of you on the outside watch as Vanth takes his fingers and like pulls up, and you see the bright little crystalline quartz that is on Shaldier's head grow murky and black and rotted looking, and the green liquid that was on his head kind of just sucks up with it into the crystal. And he picks up the little diamond.
Ew. I will be keeping this for later.
Stuffs it back down into his robes. Shaldir, you look over and there is a withered looking hobgoblin man like right above you just going,
So, how do you feel now? Hi.
That depends.
Oh, he's doing quite good. He speaks now. I told you it would work. You all have so little faith in me.
Shaldir.
Dear. What a beautiful name.
Thank you.
You're welcome. I am Van.
Vanth.
No, Vanth.
Vanth.
There you go, yes.
Thank you. Jeez. Wait.
My pleasure.
What time is it?
I don't know. I don't
Just-
sleep.
We're supposed to have dinner in about an hour.
he scuttles over to Naja.
What are you going to eat?
You, if you don't leave us alone.
What day is it?
It's the same day we left you.
It would have gone away in about the day. I mentioned. Thank you. I should be able to stand. And Shaldir will get up from the table.
You look around at your surroundings. You are definitely in a crypt of some sort. There are all sorts of like burial tools, things for embalming. This looks like somewhere you would go to get mummified. You look
You all
down and
weren't going to bury me, were you?
No, even though Vanth wanted.
I asked them. It would have been quite nice. Asleep, dark and quiet.
Thank you
I'm gonna
for
have
whatever
nightmares
you
about this
did.
guy.
We have
Well,
plenty-
I should be good. Can we talk
Thank
outside
you,
real
Vance.
quick?
Until next time.
Please. Don't wait too long. It has been so long since I have spoken to someone above ground.
Well, we will all see you eventually.
Thank you.
I look forward to it.
Shaldir will kind of lead the way, stumbling but securely to the.
I'm gonna have to like turn you the right direction a couple of times.
Thank you. This way, and he'll head to the door if it's right there and walk out.
You just see the beaded curtain of shells and bones that you pass through. And yeah. Yeah.
I know it's not the most luxurious location, but it was the closest way to help you.
Did you pay for healing?
Yes.
Thank you. That would have gone away in about a day.
Well, like I said, we have dinner plans to get to.
How much did that guy charge?
Oh, don't worry, I'll be charging you in your fee.
Oh, good.
Just extra services be above and beyond.
I guess that's true.
The goal is to keep you alive, correct? And in optimum condition?
Yes, thank you. I imagine I was splayed out in my room. I don't imagine someone's going to, but there's no need to complain on that.
You know
side.
that you drool.
Yes. But thank you.
You're probably like pretty cotton mouth at this point.
Yes.
We will have words later, you and I.
I'm sure we will.
We
You always have
also
something to say.
met your friend. He showed himself to us.
Trouble.
Darshim,
Darshim, so that's what they call you.
I believe I had mentioned his name. Maybe I hadn't.
He was not quite as forthcoming.
He never is. Well, do I need to be dressed any differently for this dinner?
Are you ready to fight?
Unless something happened to me while I was out.
Shaldir, I hope you
I do have
understand that
quite
by
a
dinner,
headache.
I mean, we are supposed to go to the underground.
Oh, shit. Okay, yes. Yes.
We will have to work on teaching you Thieves' Cant. Do not quite pick up on it as easy as some.
No, I legitimately thought that I had forgotten about the dinner.
We can
If
have
we-
dinner when
So
we
what
get
have you
back.
all been up to?
If we survive, I'll take you to one of the nicer restaurants in town.
Thank you. I imagine that's also getting charged to my bill.
It depends on the shit we see in the underground.
Are you all ready to go to the underground?
We're always ready.
What did you all do while I was out?
Meditated.
Us too.
Sounds nice. Well, I guess we should. I mean, I don't have anything left to do. We could go there right now. I don't know if it's better to wait until dark or go while it's
We've
still.
got to wait to meet our contact to make our way safely in.
Oh. Is there going to be an additional guide?
No, but to show us the entrance.
Aren't there a couple of them? Didn't you mention that, Lydia? Like there are, or Gruff? There's a couple of these.
There is one that's going to be cleared for us.
Hello, Magic Academy. Welcome, and thanks for the
Hello,
raid.
Raiders.
Hello, Raiders.
Hello.
I'm glad that you showed up now and not
Oh,
earlier.
Yeah.
2 minutes ago,
Yes, because that was
when you had your hand down your shirt pulling on a magic potion.
Why do you have to phrase it like that? It's fine. Could be worse.
So where do we meet this contact?
Back in the dock ward, we've got a bit of a journey.
Oh.
We had
Well-
to cart you out here to fix you.
Oh, I'm incredibly stiff, but that could work out with some exercise.
Shouter just does calisthenics on the way back.
Ooh, yes. I'm resistant to bludgeoning damage. Ugh.
All right. So, you make your way back to the dock ward. Stopping
Yes.
anywhere along the way, or going straight through.
Do you all need anything to eat before we die?
I don't plan on dying. So, I can eat later.
Sybil.
I hope, I assume. Now, you both don't need... I want to rephrase, not to cut you off. None of you need to come with me. This is not something where I
See,
hope
but if
you are
you
doing
go
this
by
for me.
yourself, you will die. And then where will my reputation be as a guide?
I mean, how many people have you told you're guiding me? I've not mentioned it to anyone.
Do you want to go by yourself, Shaldir?
I do not want to go by myself, but
Because if
with
you
this
do,
being
I can
such a
hold all of your
proposed dangerous
possessions
thing,
as your guarantor until you make your way back.
I
It will be no trouble.
I do not want you to hold all of my possessions either. You can't hear me fine, right? It suddenly said my connection was bad.
It veered for a minute, but it's fine.
Okay. By the Naja, have I mentioned anything about my spell book? And he's going to find it amongst this person and bring it out.
No, but there was something new in it that our friend seemed to rather not like.
New in here? And he's going to, like, turn it over. Did you say that the symbol was on the other side?
You see, so on the page that you open to in your book, where your spell for contact other plane is, on the other side there is still writing and scribing and stuff, but scribbled over it is the symbol of Demogorgon that you had seen.
Shaldir is clearly taken aback by seeing that. Not related, but anyway, what I had meant to say was, if you write your name, Naja, since no offense to anyone else, but considering if Naja comes with me and she were to die, I might as well also die according to her family. It would be good for me to have some form of insurance. If you write your name on this page and you get hurt badly while I'm still there, you can get right back up. And you notice that just Shoudir's name is written in there.
I would like to insight check him.
That was not meant to be an evil laugh, but
That is going to be a 21.
As far as you can tell, I mean, you don't know how this page works, but considering it is just Shoudir's name in here, he so far hasn't lied to you.
I will sign my name in it.
Noted. I am making a note of that for that.
I'm going to speak to like the air around Shaldir and say, as long as I have not made a deal with you, I'm spoken for.
This has nothing to do with him, and he will close the book again. There. That refreshes if someone is hurt really badly, someone whose name they wrote down themselves on this page, and they get knocked out. They will be brought right back up. But it only happens once per the day. So you or me, but that way at least one of us can... Well, if it's me, I die. But if it's you, we can get you out of there. Lucky me, my obligation to Darshim ends if I die. So, no eternal servitude for me. But yes, that's all that I wanted to make sure of. I could... You know, we could grab a snack. I could get a short rest. I did have quite a headache.
About how much time do we have until we're supposed to meet back in the dock ward?
I'd say you have about an hour.
Is
That's
that
fine.
about how long it's going to take us?
Perfect.
We'll get Sheldir a kebab along the way.
Oh, to get back, probably less than
Mhm.
that. But if you guys are just walking, I wouldn't consider that like, nothing too crazy. You can sit for a while. Yeah.
If we are
Right.
short resting, I would like to spend some hit die to make up for my severe headache from before.
Oh, I forgot
That's
about
true.
that.
You do take damage during that spell. I forgot also. I was like, what do you mean? You're fine. Oh, yeah, you did get a
Otherwise, I-
splitting headache. All right. Easy enough. You return, short rested, kebabbed.
Do you
Wow.
get your constitution points per hit die when you short rest? Your modifier? Okay.
So,
Well,
you know when and where you are to meet. You know where you are to meet the your contact, Nayeli. And you go, and you guys, as you go with Naja, she takes you right back to the same place that you had been to earlier in the day, with the little incense horn that hangs in the alleyway. But instead of lighting incense, she goes around the corner to where the door is. And there, seated on some of the crates off to the side of the building, you see Nayeli, the fire genasi that you had seen earlier in the day. She's wearing clothes this time, not going for her. Oh my gosh, mystique look of coal made body. Her skin now looks hardened and blackened like coal. It doesn't look as radiant, and you feel like this time, because of that, she's able to wear the clothes that won't burn off of her, but still her head kind of still exudes where the coal, like, I guess, effect of her skin seems to like have shifted just to her head. And so now the top of her head, she almost kind of gives you that like matchstick kind of like it's just burning kind of hot, where it almost looks like a small little flame of white light just burns upwards, almost like a in a little mohawky kind of way, but it's just a heated flame that goes all the way down to the back of her neck. I was beginning to wonder if you were actually coming.
We made a deal.
of course.
Hmm.
Only
you
the
were-
minorest of pit stops on the way.
Oh, pit stops. You'll have to tell me all about it then. She goes up to you, Shaldir, and slips an arm around yours. Shall we?
Absolutely.
Excellent.
And Shadir just kind of like looks at the rest of you, just like,
I'll give Sheldir a wink.
Nice. Walking through the city, you wind up backtracking a little bit. You navigate through the hold on, I'm gonna switch this a little bit. You navigate back through the wizard ward, and you navigate up through the quill ward and into the hammer ward. Here in the hammer ward, this is a place of craftsmen. This is where if you want to go for some blacksmithing, the clanking of metal on metal and the smell of steam and burning wood and coals kind of rises in this space as you see the air is kind of filled with a very faint smoke from this side of the city. Let me pull up my map again. Nope. There we go. over in the Amiran section. That's the very outer northern section of the Hammer Ward. For those of you who have joined us from Magic Academy, I'm going to repost our Discord, which we have a lot of our whatever we are talking about usually pops up in campaign art. I'm going to repost the map that we are using so that you can see where we are. So if you go into our Discord and you go down to the campaign art, you will find the map of Kalimshan that we are currently using. Okay, so in that top corner, you go to an abandoned looking building. This had once been a shop before. Naja, you remember it having sold some of the goods that were here in the Hammer Ward. Kind of an armor's, leather workers sort of establishment. You knew the family had some interest in buying it out, but nothing had ever come of it, and instead it wound up shutting down, and no one had moved in. Naeli goes over to the door with a key and unlocks it, and gestures for you all to enter. Do you enter?
Yeah. Shaldir bows and goes in.
The outside of the place looks abandoned. The inside of the place, relatively inhabited. In fact, this definitely looks like a tinkerer's or leather worker's place of business. It smells of fresh leathers, the oils used in their molding and creation of leathered goods. You can see on the wall several sheets of hammered metal, bent into different little shapes and sizes. When you look around, Naja, this definitely looks like someone uses this rather frequently. So, curious that you've heard one thing and expected one thing and then see another. Naeli sees you kind of eyeing the place. His lordship decided that we should put this place to use. And it has been, up until recently. But the craftsman is currently otherwise occupied. But they provide us with a route to go into the Undercity. Come this way. She leads you to a back pantry that opens, and with a pull of a lever, the back wall shifts and moves over off to the side.
Shaldir says as the passageway's opening, "You love your secret passageways, don't you?"
She turns back to you. Yes, I do. And she begins to undress. Sets her clothes off to the side once she has removed everything. So much better. She stretches, and as she stretches and brings her arm down, you see the flame that was at the top of her head slowly encompass the rest of her body. So that once again, she has that mystique-like covering, but that is burning like and moving like a glowing ember of coal. She stretches. Follow me. She turns. Now the source of light as you go down this passageway. She, Naeli herself, being the torch needed to light the way as you go down the stairs and begin your first foray into the Undercity. And that is where we will end tonight.
Oh shit.
Oh shit. Shaldir was definitely blushing, by the way, and trying not to stare.
Oh yeah. I figure, but she definitely likes to be comfortable. So, she's just more comfortable with her clothes off.
Aaron just loves giving us hot NPCs. What can we say?
I had to balance out for all of the crazy earlier. So, yeah. Well, thank you guys so much for hanging out with us tonight. We had everything. Chills and thrills and laughs and amazing
And
guests.
naked people.
Naked people. What can I say? Sometimes you need a hot fire genasi. Sometimes you get a sturdy earth genasi. Sometimes, like tomorrow at 7, you'll get a lovely water genasi. So you just need.
Genasi are the best.
Genasi is just what you need in your life. You heard it here for this show brought to you by Genasi. You need one in your life.
And we left out the air genasi because sometimes.
It's fine. I did Genasi no, Sybil, why? Get Genasi with us.
We got.
Oh no.
No.
Speaking of Genasi, we should go visit Genasi Qua.
Oh
They're
yeah.
still streaming.
Are they still streaming? We'll go. What is there?
Mates of Fate.
Mates of Fate. Mates of Fate. All right, hold on. I'm getting back to Stream Manager.
We'll see you all tomorrow at 7 for the ending of
Yeah,
Game of
probably.
Santos.
Maybe.
Oh, shoot.
And back here next Monday, maybe for the end of us. I don't know.
I don't know.
We're going
I don't
to
know
die.
what you guys are talking about. I don't plan on dying.
Yeah, it's fine. Everyone is fine.
Nobody
We're all
plans
fine
on
here.
it.
How are
Everyone
you?
else wrote out their wills already.
Alrighty, guys. Mwah. We'll see you. Hey, epilogue 2 if we don't die, right? Yeah. We have stuff
It's
coming.
great.
We
If
have
it's me and you sitting in chat till 2 a.m, yes, I want to hear your epilogue.
We'll figure something out. All right. We'll see you next time, guys. Have a great night. See you tomorrow at 7. Thank you, Magic Academy, and all of your wonderful people for coming in. We will be seeing you very soon, hopefully, as we have talked to them about maybe doing some Lord Dumplings over the summer. So
Ooh.
we'll see what happens. But in the meantime, stay fey, be brave, and have a good night. Bye.